This is Hadrian Radio, coming to you from Free Catalonia, a KA radio production.
Good evening. This is David Rabantos. This is chapter 20 of Radio Hadrian on its English edition. This is a midweek edition because here in Barcelona, in Catalonia, things related to the Catalan in the process are changing day to day. So once a week might be out of touch with the things going on here. I'll make my best to give you an outline of what's going on here, what has really happened, what's been going on for the last years, what the teams are in the independence fight, what the strategy is, what the objectives of Spain and its partners are, and how things stand. And we really need you people out there in Scotland, because Catalans are suffering from an enormous, gigantic case of cognitive dissonance, where all our leaders are betraying independence, but as every media, social organization, social media here is on the side of the traitors, it's very difficult for people to accept that we've been taken for the biggest ride of our lives. So I want to give you this outline so you can please help us, if you have Catalan friends, to help them see the truth. Because what's going on in Catalonia is now, and I'm more certain of it today than ever. Today, this is Tuesday, possibly getting this program on Wednesday, when Carles Puigdemont has done a escenification of a press conference from Brussels, which is all show, it's all part of a farce, to protect him from real independentists that might want to lynch him if they were to listen to, understand, and accept the things we're gonna say here today. As things stand, you probably remember there was a fake UDI on the 10th of October. Catalonia went to a referendum that was met with violence from Spain, but as we explained here, that violence was agreed between Catalan and Spanish government, because they both worked together against the Catalan people. Voting ballots were not found, and all happened. So yes won, and then according to the Catalan law that was passed last month or 1 month ago, they should have declared independence in 48 hours. They kept us waiting and waiting and waiting. They said they were going to declare it the Slovenian way, which means postponing the effects, but then they lied to us. They let us celebrate for 8 seconds, and then they betrayed us, because they never declared on the 10th of October. After the 10th of October, there's been a coming and going of letters between Catalan government Puigdemont and Spanish government Rajoy, which is all for show, because as we explain in chapter 3 and chapter 4, both Carles Puigdemont and Oriol Junqueras are part of a gigantic infiltration operation that's been going on for decades in Catalonia since the death of General Franco. So everything we love works for the other side. Everything Catalans deem to think that works for independence works for Spain. So we are faced by an enormous, gigantic operation where everything we love works for our enemy, but that's very hard for average people to grasp. So that's why we're not targeting everybody here. Radio Hadrian has become the only media which is part of the Catalan resistance, which is opposing both the Unionists and the processes, which are the fake independentists that are running the country. And we're going to try to outline what has gone on the last days. For the last days, there's been a lot of tension between Madrid and Barcelona, which is fake tension, because, as I say, they both work together. The basic things were then Spain was threatening to trigger 155, which means ending of autonomy, and means disbanding parliament, government, taking control of communications and public Catalan media, while Catalonia was supposed to be threatening with UDI, which actually should have been declared 2 years ago, because they already had a mandate for doing that. So we are really going through a kind of lots of shenanigans and weird businesses not to declare independence. And then last Thursday, it seemed that Carles Puigdemont, the president of Catalonia, was going to call anticipated elections, and he announced the announcement, which is something different because normally he comes out and he doesn't say what he's going to say, but this time they announced what he was going to announce. And that triggered a lot of discontent among the indie people, and then he backpedaled, apparently, because we don't know if he backpedaled or everything was for show. And then he didn't declare elections, and he went through the motions, and last Friday he apparently declared independence. And apparently is the key word, because Catalan Parliament didn't declare independence on the 27th of October. They didn't. And then Spain triggered Article 155, but didn't include control of Catalan public media, because sad as it is, and I know that a lot of Scottish people love Catalan marches and Catalan media, but our marches are run by Spain, and so are our public media. Our media could not be interfered with because it should stop brainwashing. It would stop brainwashing Catalans that think that Catalan television works for Catalans, and that's not true. So they decided to exclude it from the range of 155. So last Friday, in a very cinematographic mood, Spanish Senate was gathering to trigger 155, and Catalan Parliament was gathering to so-called trigger unilateral declaration of independence that technically had been done already the 10th, but then it didn't. Finally, apparently we thought they had declared independence, but they triggered, or they did a trick which they read the Declaration of Independence when they didn't vote it, because that was in the exposition of motives part, but it's not legally binding. And then they specifically want them to vote the second part, which had a general specifications on what to do in the case of initiating a constituent period, but not declaring independence. So after Friday we're going to sleep, and before that, Mariano Rajoy calls snap elections in Catalonia. And I'll try not to get very legal about this, but we have, let's call it home rule or autonomy or devolution. Always since that, Catalan elections are called by Catalan government. And now we are supposed to be a Catalan Republic and independent, and our elections are called from Madrid. So we are autonomous. We thought we were independent, and we are not even autonomous. It beggars belief. And then we went to sleep, and so did the Catalan government, which didn't do any of the things you expect. Like, the president didn't come out that night. He didn't tell us how they were going to counter the 155 measures. They didn't tell us how they were going to take control of territory. Nothing of what you expect happened. They went to sleep happily, it seems. And then, after Friday's dream, came Saturday's nightmare. We woke up, and nothing of what you would expect to happen did happen. The Catalan Declaration of Independence is quantic, is virtual, it's a unicorn. That it wasn't inscribed in the official documents, the Parliament Bulletin, or the Diari Oficial de la Generalitat de Catalunya, which is the public place where laws need to be published to come into being. It was not published there. But hold on till you see it. Catalan Spanish flag was not taken down from the Palau de la Generalitat, the Catalan government. Can you imagine? You become independent and you don't take away the Spanish flag. Weird. But then you go on to TV3 Catalan television. No changes, no anything, no new presentation, nothing changes. Not even a hashtag on the screen. Catalan Republic, independence, first day, anything. Not even a hashtag, nothing. But then you only see unionists preaching going to the elections that have been called off by a foreign government. It was like, whoa, am I dreaming? But no, it was a nightmare. And Catalan members were terminated by Spain, and they accepted it. And no single sportsman came out to defend the Republic. And Spanish competitions carried on with Catalan teams in it like nothing happened. And that's normal because nothing had happened. Then suddenly we start getting some things, most of them coming from Spanish secret services pretending to be working for the Catalan side, explaining in very weird ways how it had not been called independence to avoid the Catalan government to be court-martialed by Spain. And it was very weird. It's like independence had been fake yet again. Catalans we had been had in the course of 17 days. Independence had been fake twice, falsely declared twice. And then Monday came and everybody was pushing us to go to these elections convoked. We are supposed to be an independent party, nothing shows an independent country, nothing proves it, nothing goes for it. And then, whoa, Monday comes and there's a letter from the previous day of Oriol Junqueras, which we have proven in chapter 4 that it's a Spanish mole, like you proved that Carlos Puigdemont, the president, we proved in chapter 3 that he's a mole. So we know them. I've known them for almost 30 years, and it took me 25 years to find out they're moles. So everybody we love works for Spain, and it's very similar in Scotland, I'm sorry to say. So that he made an article on how to go on elections in Spain, or that Spain has called, and we couldn't believe it. And then Monday, rumors spread, and then half our government, including the president, was in Brussels, and the talk was that he was going to ask for political asylum. But how can you ask political asylum for having committed a crime related to declaring an independence you didn't declare? Weird. And then Tuesday comes and they tell us that our president is gonna speak from 12:30, and it takes longer and longer and longer, as they used to do now, and they keep us waiting. And before that, the Spanish judge prosecutes the government and the members of the table of the parliament, the president of parliament. So everything is set, and then Puigdemont appears and he lies because he says that they declared independence, which they didn't, and that he's staying there not under political asylum, and that it's normal because if you ask for political asylum, there's going to be a lot of public workers worth in Belgium and Spain that will find out that everything's a farce. So it's a mock political asylum based on a mock criminal charges presented based on a mock or fake declaration of independence. The plot thickens. But of course, everybody in this part, we're Catalans like Scots, we are only stunts in our own processes. All the actors work for Britain or Spain, all of them. And that's the situation now. We have half a government there. Everybody is urging us to go to some elections that we cannot win, because now the plan is, if we win the election, they're going to push for an agreed referendum, the Scottish style, that we're going to lose. But if we don't go and vote for the traitors, CUP, Esquerra, PDeCAT, that have betrayed us and mocked us, not declaring twice, then the official Spanish teams, PP, PSOE, Ciudadanos, Podemos, will win. So it's a lose-lose situation. We're either going to lose the election and then we're finished, or we lose a rigged referendum in 2019 and we're finished. Because the summary of this process is as follows. In 2014, we should have done a referendum. We did something which was more like an opinion poll. So we won by a landslide, but it didn't count. Then, 27th of September 2015, we did some elections that were considered that would bring about UDI, but they said they hadn't won, though they had won, but they lied to us and they didn't declare. Then they pushed us to a referendum that was not needed because we could have done UDI. 1,000 people were hit. People were defending the ballots. But then after the 1st of October, they did a mock declaration the 10th of October and didn't declare. And then they do another mock declaration the 27th of October. And now we are forced to go to surrealistic elections the 27th of October. The 21st of December. So couldn't get stranger than this. It's very easy when you don't suffer from cognitive dissonance. That the trick here is that we keep participating And we win till we lose. So it's from victory to final defeat. And that's why they've been attacking us for 4 years. And that's why they put me in a mental institution. That's why they've done everything. Because we are the only team, the only people competing here that knows that everything is a farce. And I'll end this brief program by mentioning what the teams here are and what the situation is. Spain has 4 different teams. The Unionist team, the Pactist team, which is the one that wants to usher an agreed referendum that following the Edinburgh Agreement would be rigged and then we will lose. Then we have what we call the process system, which is the apparently independentist one, but through losing time, disagreements, and non-declaring when they should, and lies, works against us. Then there's the limited hangout, gatekeeper or confusionists, which are the ones criticizing the government, Catalan government, but not doing much, and not saying that they're all infiltrators. And the strategy is as we've always said here, the only media, and we keep looking for 10,000 heroes to declare independence in Catalonia and awake 3 million pro-Indi people that is sleeping. And the strategy of the world, because the world, Spain, Catalan government, they don't want independence. They're just lying to the people. And the strategy is to build tension and do elections, maybe or not, build tension, which will end up in agreement to do a referendum Scottish style in 2019 that it will be lost. And the way to murder independence is to rig a referendum and lose it. Because I'll finish with that. The objectives of the world in Catalonia, and also in Scotland, in Euskal Herria, in Wales, in Flanders, in Corsica, in Lombardy, you name it, is to murder all the independences which are against the interests of NATO and European Union and Bilderberg and IMF and you name it. But they have to do it through procedures. It's so nice. You do a referendum, you lose it, so everybody's happy. Everybody except the Scottish and Catalan people, that is. They have to protect the malls, and that's why all this thing, attacking Puigdemont, Junqueras and the Catalan government is essential from Spanish point of view, because they have to save these people so these people can murder independence. As we said some programs ago, only the one close to you can stab you in the back. Only the one you believe in can betray you. So that's another objective. The other objective is to avoid contagion or domino effect. Junckers from European Union said, I don't want a European Union with 98 states. So they need to avoid that. And they also want to murder independence forever if they can. So can you imagine if you've let Catalans celebrate twice and they've won 5 times, then in the end they lose, after having marched for years and declared twice, which were fake, people are going to lose hope in independence forever. And that's their plan. They have been using Anonymous, WikiLeaks, Trump, Junkers, Tusk, Tajani, brief appearances of Salmon and Sturgeon, Nobel Prize winners. Everybody and anybody has participated in this. So it is to make it last for 100 years, because Catalonia, let's face it, is not the center of the world. So if they make it be the center of Europe for a month, it's because they want to murder independence forever. And a final minor objective is to mock us. They mock us. They let us think we're going to get independence, but we don't. But we are a group here, and thanks again to K Radio, the voice of new music, for letting us do this. We are a group of people who are awake. We don't suffer from cognitive dissonance. We have the information, we have the courage, the determination, and the free thinking that is needed to rise above these people. We don't have time to present to these elections, but we want to see if there's a way. Because Catalans are given the choice between not voting, which helps Spain, or voting for traitors, which helps Spain. So it's a lose-lose situation. It's like playing Russian roulette with every bullet put in. And you shoot first. So the situation is like this, but we are awake, we are fighting, we are going to win this. Visca Catalunya lliure, guanyarem.
This is Hadrian Radio, coming to you from Free Catalonia, a KA Radio production.